This computation help video will help you with long division where we want to express our remainder as a fraction. Okay, we have 4,290 divided by 54. So our dividend is 4,290. Our divisor is 54. And we're going to solve for our quotient. We have to ask ourselves, how many 54s in 4? Well, 54 doesn't go into 4. Then you have to take the next digit and ask yourself, how many 54s in 42? Again, 0. 54 doesn't go into 42. So then you take the next digit and you ask yourself, how many 54s in 429? Okay, now we can start, because we know that there are several 54s in 429, and the way to figure out how many is literally a guess and check, but you want to make an educated guess. So we're asking ourselves, how many 54s in 429? So think about how many 50s are there in 400. You know there'll be 8, so try 8 first over here. 4 times 8 is 32, carry the 3. 5 times 8 is 40, plus 3 is 43. So that's 432. That's too much, so we want to go with the next number down. 54 times 7. 4 times 7 is 28, carry the 2. 5 times 7 is 35, plus 2 is 37. So now here's a common mistake I see. Where does that 7 go? We asked ourselves how many 54s are in 429, and we came up with an answer of 7. The 7 goes above the 9. Okay, we asked ourselves how many 54s in 429? 7. 7 times 54 is 378. Okay, then we do our subtraction. 9 minus 8 is 1. I can't subtract 7 from 2, so I need to borrow here. That becomes a 3, and this becomes a 12. 12 minus 7 is 5. And 3 minus 3 is 0. So we have 51, which makes sense because it's a little less than 54, and we knew we almost could fit 8 54s in 429. Okay, then bring down this 0. We ask ourselves, how many 54s in 510? Well, we know it goes in 8 times because that's 432. Let's try 9 and see if we can fit it in 9 times. 4 times 9 is 36, carry the 3. 5 times 9 is 45, plus 3 is 48. So we can fit it in 9 times. So this is a 9, and 9 times 54 is 486. We subtract. We can't subtract 6 from 0, so we have to borrow here, make that a 10. 10 minus 6 is 4. We can't subtract 8 from 0, so we need to borrow here, make that a 10. 10 minus 8 is 2, and 4 minus 4 is 0. So when we want to express our remainder as a fraction, we want to set up a mixed number. Now, the only tricky part about this is remembering which number do I start with to write my mixed number. Well, when you're doing division, your answer ends up on top of the house, so start with this number, 79, and then go around the world clockwise like this. 79 and 24 over 54. Okay, but we're not done, because if you look at this fraction 24 over 54, you see that we can simplify that. So let's do that over here, 24 over 54. They're both even numbers, so I know I can divide by 2. That may not be the greatest common factor, but that's okay. We don't need to necessarily recognize the greatest common factor, as long as we can do it in several steps as long as we're careful. 24 divided by 2 is 12. 54 divided by 2 is 27. And I see that I have another common factor, 3. These are both divisible by 3. So 12 divided by 3 is 4. And 27 divided by 3 is 9. And that's simplest form. So we've changed this fraction, or we've simplified this fraction. We haven't changed it at all. We've simplified it to 4/9. So our answer is 79 and 4/9. When we were simplifying, we could have gone straight from 24 54ths to 4/9 by dividing by the greatest common factor, which is 6. But whether you divide by the greatest common factor or divide in several steps, as long as you're careful with your division, you'll end up with the same simplified fraction. So the quotient in this case is 79 and 4/9.